Hey, what's happening, gamers? It's Luke here, back with another Luke's Initiative. Still working on a new title, but for now, we'll just run the one that we use right now. So, roll it! Anyway, today's video, we're taking a look at Earthworm Jim, which finally got a revamp, first for the 360 and now for the PS3. But, is it any good? Well, I'm not going to tell you, you're going to have to watch the video.
The story opens with Jim running away from some nasty crows. Meanwhile, in space, Psycrow blasts the super suit and it plummets to the planet Earth. The suit collides with the worm and Earthworm Jim, Earth's mightiest superhero, is born. His mission is to save Princess What's-Her-Name and save the universe. Okay, if some of you aren't familiar with Jim, he's back from an era where games would school you and make you beg for mercy. Back in 1994, the concept of the game, its humor, the beautifully designed levels, and zany characters made this game what it is today. Under the surface, this game mimics a platformer game, but don't let its simplified look fool you. Earthworm Jim is one of the hardest games ever devised. In fact, up until its re-release, it remained as one of the few games that I have been unable to beat. One of the greatest things about this game has been its gameplay, and the tradition continues. Gameplay consists of running through the levels, zapping the many crows, using your head like Indy's whip, turning it into a helicopter, and riding atop a rocket in space. So what makes this game different from the original? The first thing you'll notice right off the bat is the difficulty has been decreased significantly. This is a very good thing, and many critics and gamers felt that the original was too hair-pulling crazy hard, while Earthworm Jim 2 was a better balance and a more appreciated and fun sequel. Although I do have many memories of a love-hate relationship with the Super Nintendo counterpart. My dad's wallet took a major beating for all the controllers he had to replace. Sorry, Dad. Now where was I? Just for fun, the game has included the original difficulty, but it's not for the faint of skill because it will pwn you. Since this game knows you will die a lot, after your game over you can continue with a stage selection screen. Genius! A feature not available in the original, I can assure you. Still, this goes to prove my point that video games today hold your hand no matter the type of game that it is. Trust me, it wasn't like this back in the 80s or 90s. Game over meant you had to start all the way from the beginning. Besides the HD remake, it does include some slight differences. For one, similar to the special editions on PC and the Sega CD, Jim appears outside of the supersuit and all you can do is jump around until you're reunited with it. Andy Asteroids is a hideous remake though. They took a fun and simple Mode 7 stage and turned it, well, into this. Something very broken and devoid of fun completely. It just goes to show you that sometimes remaking stuff in high def doesn't always do the game justice. Multiplayer is the other new addition to this game where you can play with up to 4 people online or even play locally. My only problem with this is the greedy folks you encounter online. Everyone is trying to beat one another and they don't really rely on teamwork. This can add some very frustrating moments and people stealing items. Now, I was actually trying to be nice and share my items with folks, but they would go and turn around and just steal health when I was dying. So thanks, guys. Graphics for this game look great. I was a fan of Street Fighter II Turbo's HD remix, and this art style pays off very well. What the Heck looks way better than the original and gave this level even more personality, which I didn't even think that was possible. I liked how the water level really made me feel like I was underwater, and the screen would even move to give that sensation of being under the water. Both Down the Tubes and For Pete's Sake level were possible for me to beat without dying, so I was thrilled about that. Still, Snot a Problem does me in every time. I hate Major Mucus to this day. The only hiccups in the graphics for me is when fighting the Queen. I did start to get a bit motion sick during this scene, so I think that was just a little bit too much rotation for my taste. My last jab at this game has to do with the music itself. Now, it isn't bad, but it's only decent, and after being spoiled with the special edition on Sega CD, this music is just a pale comparison. It's just there. It doesn't really do anything extra, except What the Heck did a great job, and I still love that song.
Well, I have to say that I'm actually pleasantly surprised about this game. I mean, it was fun, yet it still captured that feel from my childhood, but now it's in HD, so it's a win-win. So that ultimately makes it better, right? Well, actually, in this case scenario, it kind of does, but we're all older and wiser, and we know that graphics don't usually make a game. But the gameplay for this game is definitely solid, and I'm gonna recommend this game. I would say you guys should download this today. In fact, stop watching this video, do yourself a favor, and download Earthworm Jim for the PlayStation 3 or your Xbox 360. And there you have it, another Luke's Initiative video. I actually have a lot of fun doing these thingies on camera, and it totally shattered everybody's expectations about what I look like and how I can have this voice coming from this frail little body. And well, there you go. So, I'm just gonna get zanier the more the camera's on. So it's time to say goodbye. This has been Luke. Thank you so much for watching. God bless and happy gaming. And until we meet again, gamers. See ya.
Groovy!